If you're having a bad day, you're going to want to watch this video. Uh, the military has changed a lot. And there was a time, I don't know if they still do this. You guys can tell me in the comments. But do they still give you, in basic training, can you still use the stress card? Because they introduced the stress card in basic training after I had already gone through. I thought it was the biggest joke. It was like, hey, drill sergeant, I'm a little stressed out right now. I need to take a tactical pause. I need a timeout. Can we just stop? I thought that was the biggest joke. Life doesn't stop for you when you're stressed. Why the fuck were we creating a culture in the military where you could take a timeout? You think you can take a timeout in the middle of like a gunfight? Hey, enemy, bad guy, could you just stop firing at me for a second so I can regroup, kind of get my bearings together? Jesus Christ, dude. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. If you're having a bad day, this is a great video for you. All right? Because, stress comes and goes. And I'm going to tell you guys a couple of stories of some times in my military career that maybe some of you veterans can relate to. And if you're a business owner, you'll be able to relate to it as well. But I'm going to teach you guys not only how to get through your bad times, your bad days or whatever, but I'm going to share with you a little message that can inspire you to want to show up on those days more than every other day possible. Okay? Imagine if your worst day came and you were excited. You were like, damn, let's fucking do this shit. All right? So, as we dive in, I want you guys to, maybe you want to write this down. People have a hard time figuring out what their destiny is in life, what their purpose is, who they're going to be, what God has chosen them to be, and that sort of thing. But write this down because it'll help clear it up. Who you will be, who you can be, is on the other side of your adversity. Okay? Let me say that another way. Who you're destined to be is on the other side of your adversity. In other words, you become what you overcome. You become what you overcome. That is a really powerful little thing to know. I was reflecting and I was doing my morning process the other day, my program, part of what keeps me right every single day is I don't drink. I wake up at a disciplined time. I do personal development when I first wake up, and I journal as part of that. I've been doing that for years. I think that a leader should journal. I think that a leader should reflect, and you should have like memoirs, But you should really reflect and pick apart the things about yourself that you need to improve and go to work to fix them. That's one of the things that led to me creating the individual that, I respect, But I was reflecting about who the hell we all become. Some people in life never ascend past the level of adversity that they're in, right? In other words, they hit a hard time and they can't get past that barrier, right? Like, guys back home, right? Maybe people that you were in high school with and they just never overcame the challenge, the fear of wanting to leave their hometown and going out and doing different things. They got stuck right there. So they never learned to overcome that adversity, and then they became somebody that stayed in that town. Now, there's nothing wrong with staying in your hometown if that's how you want to live. But it is wrong if there's an individual that wanted to take off and break outside those county lines and go on to do something different. So in life, who you're destined to be is on the other side of your adversity. Who you become is what you overcome. The military taught me a ton about overcoming adversity, man. And a lot of you guys, if you've served or if you've been a business owner for more than a day, you've faced adversity. And there was a time in the military, this is like 2008, I was in my first unit, I came home from Iraq at the end of 2007, and I went on Christmas leave. I remember I went outside at my parents' house, and it was snowing outside. I had shorts on. I didn't wear shoes, and I was just being a mountain boy out there. And I was actually going out, no shirt, no shoes, just shorts. And I just ran out there, just kind of messing around and just kind of enjoying the snow. And anyways, what ended up happening, I got super sick. I don't know if it was from that or just from something else, but I got really sick. I ended up catching pneumonia, and I lost 15 pounds in 2 days. I got so sick, my immune system was shot, and then my gums were bleeding. I was so sick. I remember laying down next to the fireplace at my parents' house on New Year's Eve, just freaking jackhammering. It was either New Year's Eve or a couple days before that. But I remember it was like a Saturday because the hospitals weren't open, and I had to make a decision whether I was going to, ride it out for the weekend or go to the emergency room. Well, things got so bad, like on Sunday, I had lost a ton of weight over the last couple of days. My gums were bleeding. I had a freaking killer headache. I just jackhammering right there next to the fireplace. I hurt so bad. I said, I got to go in. So we went into the emergency room. To come to find out, they said I had pneumonia, and they gave me some antibiotics and whatnot. And they told me, like, hey, if you would have let this go like another day or two, you would have probably died. I don't know if that's true, but that's what they told me. So anyways, finish out leave, and I go back to my unit about a week later or something like that. And I show up to PT, and I say, hey, platoon sergeant, the docs told me when I was home that I needed to go to sick call when I got back because I had pneumonia last week, and I was in the ER. And I almost freaking died. And he looked at me, and I remember it was in the winter time in Fort Knox, Kentucky, and so it was cold outside. I think it was around 18 degrees, if I remember right. And he looked at me in the face. It was right at PT, right? And this was back in the Army when, you didn't if you dipped out of PT, you were a shitbag. You were a sandbagger. You were a shammer. You guys can drop a comment down below. What are the names that you called somebody that dipped out of PT in the morning? And I remember telling him that, and he said, you know what? Yeah, you can go to sick call, Jay. Or Sullivan. He said, you can go after PT. I looked at him in the face, and I was like, Roger, Sergeant. And we went for a 5-mile run that day. Less than a week or so after I had pneumonia and I was in the ER. The military changed a lot. Sometime later, they started doing those stress cards. The biggest damn joke. And so we created this culture. The stress card in the military really represents where we were at as a country. And I mean, I would argue that we're even still in a very similar place today where people, when they get stressed out, they want to be able to exit from the stress. They want to be able to tap. They want to escape. They want to sleep it off. They want to walk away. And the truth is, in life, if you constantly walk away from your stress, if you constantly run from your problems, life gets a lot fucking harder. You never become the tough motherfucker that overcomes it all. I'm having one of those days today, man. Like, today is a freaking brutal day. And you guys can probably see it in my tone. You can see it in my energy, my face. But I made a commitment to do these videos for you guys. So I came out here and I said, fuck, man. I do not want to do this adversity. I do not want to do this damn video. But I was reminded that you become what you overcome. So if I want to be a successful, driven, relentless motherfucker, I got to get up and I got to do the videos, right? I got to get up and I got to do these damn videos regardless of the shit that's going on in my head and in my life. And I make that commitment to you guys. So for all you guys out there going through a bad moment, bad day, remember, you become what you overcome. And if you're going through a tough time right now, if you walk away from that tough time, you become a weaker man, a weaker leader. But if you lean in, you rise to the occasion, and you choose to overcome, you will become the leader that you know is inside of you, the one that you would want to follow. I want you guys to become your best. That's what I want for you, And I wish I had somebody kind of guiding me when I was going through wanting to pursue being better. And my hope is that I could come drop these little nuggets for you guys and help you rise up to that next level, help you become that 1%er that I know is inside of you. I love you all. That's today's message. You become what you overcome. Conquer all.